It's episode 801 of Apartment Hacker, and we're going to try some new introductions. I figured at 800 you've heard welcome to and then all that big stuff. Enough. So we're going to try some new introductions. Anyway, I want to get to the point this evening. I want to talk about the idiosyncratic rater effect. That's a mouthful, right? I had to slow down to say that because trying to say that quickly probably would not have gone well. So, this particular thing, idiosyncratic rater effect, is the reason I am not a big fan of performance reviews, at least not in their current state, or those performance reviews that we administer once a year around the time that we administer or we award or reward increases and or bonuses. We do one has nothing to do with the other, by the way, but we do a performance review, and then shortly removed therefrom, we do increases or we do bonuses. But the reason I don't like performance reviews is because of this idiosyncratic rater effect, and that is, to put pure definition to it, is that your 60% of the rating of that particular individual is your attitude toward that individual. It has nothing to do with their performance, it has everything to do with your attitude and your relationship to that person. So if that person is a pain in the you know what, suffice it to say that that is going to be reflected in their performance review. But if that person is kind and friendly, and your relationship is utopian in nature, that too will be reflected in the performance review. And it's neither about their performance and or their outcomes or their business results. It's about your attitude toward them. And so it makes the entire process bogus, right? The entire process of going through performance reviews, I can tell you, reflecting back on my lifetime and reading many of the reviews that were given to me, that prior to things like pay for performance or MBOs, management by objective, or other mechanisms. You know, if we got along all year, I usually was harder on myself than the rater was on me, and it was largely, if I'm being honest with myself, it was largely predicated on that person's struggle with me, or their lack of struggle with me. I had two supervisors way back when at Equity Residential that were so far in contrast from one another, and it's highly reflected in the way that they rated me as a performer in my business. One of them liked me, the other one, I do believe in my heart of hearts, I was the bane of his existence. And there's part of me that felt very proud of that at the moment. I knew I was the bane of his existence, and I didn't care how he rated me. I knew that I would be successful in this business, despite how he felt or thought. And I used it as motivation. The other, I don't know that I was really pushed like it could have been or should have been. But my reviews were great, right? In the other case, they were not so great. But I think it's one of those classic scenarios where you're misunderstood. Point is, do away with performance reviews. I just think that they are worthless instruments, and they cause more pain and consternation than they are worth. And replace it with something that is more objective in nature and that is more frequently reviewed, and can be tied right back to data. It doesn't mean you're going to throw away the other piece, which we'll talk about later, but tie it to data. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon.